The homeopoietic cells, that is the blood forming tissue in our body, is the red bone marrow, that is the epiphysis of the red bone marrow, not the diaphysis. The blood is made up of plasma, that is 55%, and formed elements, that is 45%, that are erythrocytes, leukocytes, and platelets. RBC, WBC, and platelets known as. Plasma is made up of 92% water and 6 to 8% of plasma proteins. Plasma proteins are the following: albumin, fibrinogen, globulin. Albumin is just same as red in class 8. It is maximum amount present, maintains the osmotic concentration of blood. Fibrinogen helps in clotting, becomes fibrin. And globulins forms gamma globulins and antibodies for defense of the body. Erythrocytes, that is the RBC. Erythropoiesis is the process of formation of RBC. Lifespan is 128 days. 5 to 5.1 million per millimeter cube in male and 4.5 to 5 million per millimeter cube in female. Erythrocytes in mammals are circular, round, biconcave. This is circular and round, not oval, okay? Not sphere. Circular, round, biconcave like donut, and non-nucleated. Exceptions is in camel and llama. Camel and llama. They have their RBCs are oval. Exception. The immature RBC present nucleus present. The immature nucleus present. They are loose. They lose nucleus mitochondria Golgi during development, so that they could store more hemoglobin, and they themselves do anaerobic respiration, so that oxygen may not be utilized for RBC and for the rest of the body. Okay, vitamin B12, also known as cyanobalamin, is for the development of the RBC. If there is a lack of vitamin B12, there will be pernicium, I mean anemia, perinicium anemia. RBCs are large, nucleated when they are immature, but they definitely lose their nucleus and become smaller and become full of hemoglobin when they become when they become mature, and they are destroyed by macrophages in the liver and spleen. Spleen is the graveyard of RBCs. Okay, and leukocytes, that is WBC, are total. They have a total count of 6 to 8,000 per millimeter cube. Leukocytes are divided into agranulocytes and granulocytes. Agranulocytes are fils. That is neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. Eosinophil is also known as acidophils. Neutrophils is 60 to 65% and performs phagocytosis. Eosinophils 20 to 3%. Okay. Basophils is half to 1%, similar to mast cells. Okay. And granulocytes have monocytes and lymphocytes. Monocytes are forming phagocytosis, and they are the largest in the size and have 6 to 8%. Lymphocytes are 20 to 25% of the smallest ones. Lymphocytes are of two types: beta cells and T cells. Beta cells are for antibodies, and T cells are cell mediated immunity. That is, both are for immunity, but it forms antibodies, and it is in the cell mediation immunity. Okay, neutrophils and monocytes of WBC, that is neutrophils and then neutrophils and then monocytes, both are for phagocytosis, and they adhere to the capillary wall and they squeeze out of the capillary for phagocytosis. This movement is called diapedisis. Diapedisis. Platelets. The platelets are small disc-like structures which are biconvex and non-nucleated, and they have a lifespan of 1 week, and the total amount is 1.5 lakh to 3 lakh per millimeter cube. Their number falls in dengue, and when we have dengue, the platelets number falls and help in clotting. So in dengue, blood cannot clot. What is the lymph? Lymph is the fluid flowing through hemiphatic simple system, a system composed of lymph vessels and intervening lymph nodes whose function is like venous